Hello everyone, welcome to Hail and Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Single Sagittarius, their love life. All right. Ooh, I see strength. Yeah, well, I'm seeing the lack of strength. Someone's got a little lack of confidence here. Yeah, it's a person who doesn't really know what they want often, or they're not sure what to say, but they feel that pull. So there's that draw, but yeah, a little lack of confidence. Yeah, I do see there's people here, friends, family. Let me just pull out the rest of the cards, Sag. Let's see what's going on. It looks like you got a Leo energy. Yeah, somebody wants to communicate, but they either don't know what they want, or they lack the confidence and they don't know what to say. Now, if you have somebody here who just watch for people who make up excuses too, but I mean, this is someone who doesn't really feel things are going to go in their favor. And it could have to be because they're maybe talking to people, fishing for info, trying to find things out. Yeah, someone has a little stress, anxiety. It's all unfounded fear, but this is someone who thinks things won't go in their favor, but yet I feel they will. Yeah, someone who needs to make a decision. It is often stepping up to the plate, too, but it's an energy of out with the old, in with the new at the same time. Yeah, let's have to look. It could be people, acquaintances. There's people here. I don't know if this is online dating or social media. There could be some sort of competition. If there is competition here, this is someone who could be making up excuses, or they're just not talking. And for those of you where there's someone who maybe needs to apologize, they could be a little lack confidence, worried about confrontation, or jealousy, competition too. So let's see what's all going on. Yeah, so someone holding back. I do feel they're kind of leveling up, gaining a little confidence, but if there is competition, someone here is more confident than the other. Yeah. Some Libra energy. Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I think there's somebody here who has some kind of regrets for something. They either made up excuse now, or they've kept you hanging, so they might be worried there's competition now or confrontation. Yeah, that's what it's looking like here. That's definitely feeling clear. Tell me about the Page of Cups. Yeah, so someone's soul searching. They're kind of just looking for clues here, They're trying to shine a light. It's all about clarity. I feel they could be talking to people, too. Often this is someone who fishes for information. They kind of don't want people to kind of know what they're up to, or that they lack confidence, because they're shining a light, like they're looking for clarity. It's a path someone's on, too. Like I feel the path they've been on, because this is someone who's kind of been on their own path, choosing their path. They may feel like this won't go in their favor. Yeah, this is someone who needs to see the bigger picture. See, it's all about clarity and seeing the bigger picture. This is about confident about putting themselves out there, putting all the cups on the table. So I wonder if this is a person who just hasn't been getting out a lot, or they just, it has to do with seeing the bigger picture. Happy home, happy life. And there could be some sort of family gathering, a bunch of people getting together where they're a little concerned about confrontation or even jealousy. Tell me about the Three of Cups. Yeah, see, it has to do with whether the feelings are mutual. See, there's friends, mutual friends, maybe someone jealous, but it also has to do with releasing all this, because it is unfounded fear, because I do think this is something that will go in their favor. But as far as yourself goes, if you feel there's an issue here, see, it could be someone who doesn't want to be confronted publicly. They don't want any drama, because it has to do with some sort of gathering, getting together. Like there could be some challenges or obstacles, but the Star is an energy of letting this go. See, they feel it may not go in their favor. It may not be in their best interest. But yet it's whether the feelings are mutual too. So let's have a look at this Five of Wands. Yeah, so someone crushing. They long for love, but they're kind of reminiscing about something. This is something that's already kind of happened, possibly. It is someone long for love. I do see this kind of romanticizing energy. See, someone longs for love. I feel there's romanticizing. But it has to do with something they need to let go of. They need to release this. See, it could have to do with some baggage of a situation too. And it could be someone who has to let some people go, releasing some people here. Someone, jealous friends, that kind of thing, people in the social circle. Now, if this is online dating and this is somebody not having, a lot of good luck, or this is the kind of people that you're dealing with here, you may decide to get off this online dating social media altogether. I wouldn't be surprised with that, because it's not serving. See, it's connecting with people who have your best interest at heart. But there's something I feel that a person's seeing this. I'm going to tell you, I do see this seeing things in a different light. Like, I do think there's a lot of this is unfounded fear, but if we have someone who has regrets for, I don't know, causing some drama, conflict, jealousy, whatever it may be, it has to do with past. Maybe some childhood friends or something too, but let's see. Someone who's known people a long time. Yeah, there's something going on. Yeah, it has to do with communicating, making a move. Someone here may have multiple opportunities. See, things happening fast, conflict. Now, this, to me, looks like competition. So I'm seeing clarity, some kind of competition. This is a person who lacked confidence, so now they regret because now there's competition. I get it. Tell me about the Strength card. Yeah. See, it has to do with someone who didn't have the confidence to step up to the plate, but it has to do with some baggage too, possibly releasing it. So someone who hasn't followed through. So someone regrets not following through. And it could have to do because of other people being involved. Jealousy, like I say, competition, multiple opportunities. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's a person just, I feel it's all, whenever I see this, it's just a person who needs to let it go. But I do see someone letting go of some people here too because of jealousy, confrontation, or someone who's dated someone else in a social circle. Is this in my best interest? Yeah. There you are, Sag. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is an energy of a person starting to change their focus. Yeah, because I feel this is an energy of someone who isn't reliable. They haven't stepped up to the plate, but it's also because of this releasing baggage, things that no longer serve. It's about letting this go before moving into a new situation, but it's overcoming this. Things speeding up, see, gaining momentum. Someone needs to hurry up because this is a person who may have another person coming in. And you can see this person here, they're gaining momentum. I do, and this could be another person, but I actually feel it's this person kind of gaining momentum, but they're still holding back. Yeah, it could be someone who has regrets for doing so. And like I say, this is someone who's changing their focus now. Focusing on something else because the other person's, hasn't stepped up to the plate. They're showing, this is someone showing signs. See, maybe you're not in alignment. They're not reliable. And I definitely see baggage too. But yeah, this person's changing their focus. The Queen of Wands is changing their focus. Yeah, no longer talking, giving, because someone's not reaching out. See, lack of reciprocity. Yeah. So there could be, and I do see opportunity, someone else possibly reaching out. That's why I feel, yeah, we have another person coming in. It's a person who is, going to follow their heart, asking someone out. See, it's about romance, a little romancing here. Yeah, being romantic. So somebody here definitely wasn't like that. Yeah, they weren't like that. It's what this person was, see, something, this is a situation that didn't turn out as expected. But it has to do with someone who is expecting someone to follow through. And I wouldn't be surprised, I still wouldn't be surprised this is the same person, just the way the energy flows. But This is a person here changing their focus. Someone regrets. See, this is someone who didn't respond to someone or reply. That's what it is. They regret. Yeah. See, it has to do with, now we have the energy. There's definitely the energy of 3 here now. It's all about going down this path. It's the things that 2 people have possibly in common. So there could be friends of friends, people collaborating. Yeah, it's often too many people getting involved. But it has to do with this person changing their focus. Someone who wants someone who brings something to the table, someone who follows through, a person they can rely on, basically. But it's the things that you may have in common. You know, some common friends, people. Yeah, see, Sag taking a step back, feeling something's a little off. But you know what's interesting? This is someone who now looking at this, seeing it from a whole different light. I think we have a person who's made a bad decision. They regret this because this is 2 people who, there's 2 people who are actually each other's type in here. But for the feminine, definitely. So you see in this person as your type because someone else hasn't followed through. But if you are that masculine, this is a person feeling something's off. They made a bad decision and possibly regretting it. I mean, this is all about a person changing their focus because they feel, well, it is what it is. I guess they're not interested. And that is the energy of the Queen of Wands. Will often do that after a period of time. But you can see competition, competitive energy, maybe jealousy. Yeah, but it's all about overcoming all this. And like I say, it could be just too many people involved. Everybody's talking. I feel like there's people talking here. But it is a busy time. Yeah. This is someone who's not really interested in competing. I don't think they're afraid of the competition. They're just not interested in competing. But as far as this is a person, you know, it's an energy of someone reaching out, a little test. This person will reciprocate. See, this is about a little test. Someone's going to test the water. But it's like, this is, I mean, it could be this person who started this way. Now they're leveling up. But I do think there's someone who hasn't followed through. This is a person looking for someone reliable. See, it's someone taking action. Someone taking action. They need to show the other person they're reliable. So I do feel we have this little test here. Yeah, someone checking things out, taking a pause. You see, seeing things from a whole different perspective after a period of time. These are 2 people who are actually each other's type. But there is someone here. If there is 2, this is someone who's not this person's type. This person's looking right at, it's either their own energy or they're looking at a masculine Sag. See, and they may be tempted to reach out. Yeah. But it's all about this little pause. See, 2 people checking each other out. Someone's looking at this, seeing things from a whole different perspective. So I do feel someone regrets a decision. Could have been someone who made up excuse because they felt someone wasn't their type. Or it has to do with someone who's dated someone in the social circle. But those of you who aren't having good luck on online dating, it's basically saying to get off that. Because I do feel it's about gaining momentum. It's about movement. Been there, done that. It's all about letting it go. It's not serving. Yeah. But look at this. See, this is about putting in effort. This is someone who regrets maybe going on a date, not putting any effort. Because it's someone who often feels, well, this isn't going to go anywhere, you know, that kind of energy. Yeah, this person's not gone anywhere. Whoever they are, they've changed their focus. I see stress, anxiety, a busy time. And it could be like yourself in that energy, taking a step back, seeing things different. But it's about putting in effort. It's about building. Yeah, someone didn't put in a lot of effort. And it's, I feel, because they kind of felt this wasn't in their best interest. But you can flip these energies. Tell me about the Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man here? Yeah, see two people checking each other out. There's a spark. Yeah, this is someone possibly holding a torch too. Whenever I see that, it's someone reminiscing holding a torch. This could be the person holding the torch, or both for that matter. There's desire. I mean, this is two people checking each other out, even if it's a person just taking a pause, looking at this from a different perspective. It has to do with the spark, the desire, holding a torch. I think someone regrets not putting in more effort. Yeah. Why did they not put in effort? Because and it could be stress, anxiety, a lot going on. It could have been just bad timing. But it is compatibility, the things two people have in common. See, this is about creating. It's about people creating. But I do think there was people collaborating here. What was this collaborate? This is about someone who creates their own path too. See, it's all about two people on their own path. But they're looking for clues. See, it's about taking action, being responsible, stepping up to the plate. Somebody's got some baggage and need to let go, or it's just a person who has a lot of responsibility, a lot going on. There's chaos, conflict, family drama, who knows? But yeah, I mean, it's all about seeing things in a different light after a period of time. This is a person who often feels, lucky, fortunate, but it's kind of too good to be true. It feels a little off. Yeah. But it's all about being each other's type, and it's about coming together, cooperating, compromising, building, teaming up, spending time together. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Someone didn't spend much time with someone. I feel someone didn't give someone enough time too. But yet there's this spark and desire, the torch. Tell me about this Temperance. It's a person who put on the brakes. Now they're taking another look. But it has to do with someone who needed to step up the plate. They need to take the lead. Maybe this is someone who took the lead and the other person felt it's off. This is weird. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Queen of Wands is definitely a leader. Someone who's not afraid to take the lead. And maybe this is someone who regrets doing this because the other person then took control, put on the brakes. So it's all about releasing this. But yet the torch is being held. See, out with the old, in with the new, but it has to do with a judgment. Someone didn't step up to the plate. Yeah. Yeah, there it is, the Tower, the spark. There's desire, and there is going to be chemistry. This is what these two people are missing out on, but it's a shock and surprise. Someone slammed on the brakes, kind of freaked out. But with the Wheel of Fortune... Yeah, so it's just a massive epiphany, realization. This is like two people maybe checked each other out at some point, maybe online or just maybe someplace in the community, and a little bit shocked and surprised. I mean, it could be someone learning this or finding out someone's holding a torch. It's a realization, epiphany, the Tower, though. Tell me about the shock, because... I mean, this is desire. There's chemistry. This is why someone's putting on the brakes, taking another look. There's chemistry here. I think these two people are just... Yeah, tell me about the Tower. Yeah, see a connection. This is a connection here. But I also feel someone needs to hurry up and freak out because I feel we have someone who's kind of moved on, changed their focus, and there could be another person coming in. I wouldn't be surprised. I see Cancer energy. Well, one thing I know about, I mean, if this is somebody there is a Cancer energy here, that person could be putting on the brakes. It could go either way, because with the Wheel of Fortune, where it stops, where it goes, nobody really knows. But there is desire. It has to do with someone freaking out too, maybe even angry or upset because two people are making a connection. But it's the energy of this little pause. This is just not introspection. This is a massive epiphany energy. There's desire. There's a connection. whoever this is at the top who's going through these motions. I mean, I actually feel like this is someone who's like, hey, do you want to just go for a cup of coffee? But they never really follow through. And it could have to do because of other people or there's competition. But I think it's someone finding out there's competition too. Could go either way. Tell me about the Chariot. Because once the Wheel of Fortune is there with this energy, where it stops, where it goes, no one knows. Sometimes it's just a maybe. Yeah. But it is a feeling of too good to be true. But yet so much excitement. There it is, crossroads energy, a choice. I do think it's someone who's changed their focus, but to be honest, I feel they're taking another look at this situation. This is someone wanting to take another look. And maybe it's a masculine here in this energy. Crossroads, in between two worlds, but it's about leveling up. See, it's about being in alignment. I feel we have two people who aren't going to be in alignment. If you're a masculine Sag, this is probably an Aries, Leo, or Sag. Could be Scorpio with the water here. And yeah, that can often work. But, you know, yeah, I just feel here this is a person. See, it's a crossroads, but it's about connecting, making a connection. There's something that's not going anywhere. This is somebody who feels this isn't going to go anywhere because we have a person who hasn't followed through. And now they may have changed their focus from you to this person. Now their focus is back on you. If you're the masculine watching this, like that's what I feel. Someone holding a torch. I don't know if you've checked each other out. It feels like you've checked each other out, but it's two other people checking each other out. It hasn't gone anywhere yet. This person could come in suddenly out of the blue. See, swoop in out of the blue. But this is about control and power. So whoever the masculine is here, they need to do this before two people come together. And I do see people talking, collaborating, trying to keep two people from coming together. I wouldn't be surprised here because of friends, family, people who date people, or, you know, conflict, drama. But I feel there's definitely was this excitement, and I do see someone had a lot of challenges or obstacles in their path. It's the path someone was on. There's a little reminiscing about this path. But this is someone who I feel has put some of this behind them. And that's why I feel we have the other person taking another look. Interesting. Tell me about the Queen of Wands. This is someone taming the beast. They are kindness, compassionate. This person can be quite forgiving. See, it is what it is. It wasn't meant to be. But I think this is someone who keeps they've changed their focus. Now they're changing it back. Because they put on the brakes. See, they're taming the beast. It is confident too, but it's someone who maybe doesn't feel as confident about the other person. This is someone who wants someone who's confident. They want someone who comes in and takes the lead. They're taming the beast within themselves. I don't feel like this is someone going to move. Yeah, they're trying to be strong, but they kind of feel like giving up. See, whatever happened between you, it can be put behind. But it's more like they just feel like giving up. I feel they've literally given up on this other person. So it's about these two people, which I feel is taking it to the next level. Yeah, we have someone who maybe come across as a little cold. I do see Aquarius, Libra. See, we got two people who are probably really more in alignment here. And that's showing me people's probably moon rising and Venus energies too. See, it's about being in alignment. This is someone being a little cold. Their swords up. They're a little skeptical. But it's someone who made a decision. See, somebody made a decision I feel they regret. Because now this is someone who's learned. I feel there's competition. But it is about speaking truth. Yeah. Feeling beat up, putting this behind. This could be a person who felt like giving up too. Someone may have cut someone out, but I feel with this is just what someone's experienced. See, crossroads. This is someone's path they've been on. They're looking for clarity. They've learned something. So they are They know something. There's the energy of kind of being aware, but this is what somebody's experienced. Someone with experience. Could be someone wants to share an experience too. Yeah. It's all about not sharing too much too fast. I feel somebody here probably didn't have a whole lot to say. We could have had a person who felt a little overwhelmed, because it is an energy of, I don't know if it's two people got together to talk, to reminisce, to maybe put something behind that happened. I do see that as well. But this person is, I feel, because of the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Two of Wands, I think this is a person who's gave up on someone, changed their focus to someone else who come in out of the blue, and then they change their focus back again. The other person hasn't followed through. This is someone who wants someone who's confident. This is someone starting, I mean, I do feel they're confident, like they're trying to be brave and bold, but they don't want to give up on this. And I think they're looking at this because they are holding a torch. See, 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yeah, whatever it is, put it behind. There it is, a house, a home, a reason to celebrate. Someone has some kind of regret here. I don't know if this is someone invited someone to their home. The other person maybe felt something was off with that. It's often someone who tries to use their body, but I don't think that was what this person's intentions are. They just kind of feel like they are giving up on someone else, but they're about to give up completely, to be honest, because this is someone who they want a connection. They want a bond, They want someone who's just right, someone who's compatible. They are someone who's willing to cooperate and compromise, but this is also someone this is a person who's had a tough time. Maybe this is someone learning this too. Yeah, but there is a reason to celebrate. There's some kind of good news, and it is about people getting together. Yeah. Tell me about the Tower. Yeah, it's an energy of playing it safe. See, I feel what's happened, nobody got what they wanted here, because it has to do with, I think this is something that could get going during Aquarius season. I do. Because I'm seeing timing. But I also feel whatever this person's going, if there were people collaborating, trying to keep two people from talking or coming together, this person will let them go. They will cut some people out. But there is going to be some truth and clarity. Yeah. But it's like nobody got what they wanted. See, being cautious, being careful, someone keeping it all in, not saying anything. There's regret here. This is how somebody was kind of behaving, hiding behind a mask, how they truly felt. See the reality. See, things are about to get real, but this is about two people who really just need to be themselves. Because that's what it's saying, just be yourself. Somebody wasn't themselves, and things felt off. And it could be because we have a person who had left something behind. So take what resonates. But we got two people going to connect. Yeah, we have some Aries or Scorpio energy. See, this is someone reflecting on how everything played out. This is someone reminiscing how this connection, how things went. Someone who maybe feels a little bit like a fool, but this is someone who often will take a leap of faith and take a risk because they really want to connect with someone. Yeah, this could be someone else, the other person feeling that way too. I think two people here need to have a conversation. I think I've seen this before. I mean, I see this all the time, but I do think I've seen this before because there's this reminiscing. See, talking, reminiscing. This is how I feel something started. But I feel one of these people was dealing with a lot of chaos and conflict, drama. It's a person had a lot on their plate. Now we have this, now I feel there's competition. This is someone who doesn't want to compete. I think this is a person who really knows what they want here. But like I say, they're feeling a little beat up. They've given up on someone. Yeah, moving on to avoid a disaster. See someone trying to avoid a disaster, waiting for things to calm down. So there's something did turn out to be a disaster. Yeah. Yeah, just let it go. It is what it is. But this is about getting acquainted. See, now we have a person coming in getting acquainted, but that person, I feel, hasn't stepped up to the plate. They've lost interest. Yeah, see, there's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I see a Cancer person coming in. Yeah, but I mean, this is about being emotionally available. This is a person who acts like they're not emotionally available. So it has to do with what happened, what this person was dealing with, how it's all played out. And now they could be coming in more available. But this could actually be another person, because I do sense that third energy. So I don't know if it's just somebody who, could be someone who's very dramatic. I mean, the Five of Wands can be positive. People partying, celebrating, having a good time, kidding around, joking around, having a good time, you know. People teasing each other, that kind of thing. But this person feels beat up. They're looking back. See, they feel beat up. They just feel like giving up. So someone who's, you know, put a lot of effort into something here, or yeah, or they're just, nobody ever does. They never follow through. But look at that, things calming down, time in between, someone getting acquainted. This could be a new acquaintance, but this is just a person who needs to be emotionally available, letting someone know they're available. Yeah, and then it's an energy of not seeing it coming. So this is someone who doesn't see it coming. They got a little emotionally overwhelmed. So this is a person who got into their head. There it is. It's filling in the gaps. The King of Swords, unable to move forward. Someone being a little indecisive here. Well, we got Libra and Aquarius energy here, so that certainly fits. But there you go. See, unable to move forward. Somebody couldn't move forward because of all this energy, and they don't see it coming, so they're emotionally overwhelmed. But now this feminine's not going to see this coming, and I do think this is the feminine who's now feeling indecisive, unable to make a decision. This person wants someone who's confident and bold, someone who's ready to live in the moment and have a little fun and connect. They want to talk. And I feel both people, because we have a person who is acting like this. I don't know, maybe a little smug, but it's often a person who's kind of closed off. They're keeping everything, all their feelings to themselves. They're not sharing anything, you know. It's almost like the other person's not going to, they're not going to get me. Yeah. So I can see all this reflecting. In fact, I think both people. Yeah, a decision needs to be made, but it's someone taking off the blindfold. See, this is someone feeling it's good to be true. There's no way I'm looking at this. Nope. But it is that energy that comes in out of the blue, feeling overwhelmed. I think we have a feminine who took the lead. And it's like it happens suddenly when all this stuff's happening. So you could see how someone feels that way. So they weren't emotionally available. They come across as cold. They likely had just cut someone out. Yeah, interesting. But there it is. This is someone going to see. See, it's all about clarity. It's about seeing. Someone who sees something they didn't see before. Two people who actually have a lot in common because there's things being learned. So a person maybe has their own home, or they have a strong financial foundation. Queen of Wands is usually someone very independent, very focused, very creative, someone who kind of has been on their own path. But it's the things you have in common, what two people bring to the table. There's a need to talk. Yeah, there's a need to talk. I don't know who this other person is up here. If they're that other person, whether it's the masculine who's dealing with that or the feminine here. So interesting. But yeah, it's about being emotionally available. The King and Queen of Cups. It's about connecting, talking, making a connection. This is two people holding a torch. I don't know. I think there could be something special here. It's almost like both people feel like giving up. But these two, oh, if there is a King of Wands here, which I'm not sure, I see a King of Swords. One thing I know about the Queen of Wands, when they want something, they generally won't give up. Unless they feel it's just not meant to be. But there's something here that isn't meant to be. This is about being in alignment. Two people are actually in alignment. See, it's about being emotionally available. This person wasn't emotionally available when this person was. Now I feel both people are. And I do think both people single at the same time, too. See, there's an energy of independence. I don't know what it is between these two people. There's like holding a torch or just longing for love, reminiscing and talking. Someone's talking to people about maybe how something played out, what happened, why. But there it is. It's about long-term stability, partnership, the things two people have in common. Now we have an emperor here. So one of these people is an emperor. Someone who's mastering the King of Cups, but also someone who has experience. They have a lot of experience. Feminine Sag, masculine Aries, or vice versa. An emperor can really be anyone. And I do see, like I say, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio too. Yeah. But the energy is about, see, taking a leap of faith. Both people reflecting on it. It's time to live in the moment and take a leap of faith. It's time for a conversation. Yeah, so someone who's just about ready to give up, and I do feel they could be letting other people know they're open. That's why I feel there's someone else coming in. But I really feel this feminine is interested in a person who's confident, not afraid to take the lead. Someone who steps up to the plate, heeding the call. There's a need to call, to communicate too. Time to talk. There is a connection. Now, I don't know if this is two people who've known each other a long time. I don't see Hierophant where there's a really long history, but there might be here for some. Tell me more about the Two of Cups and we'll wrap it up. Yeah, so someone's pride getting in the way. See, planning, preparing, providing what two people can provide. See, it's about filling each other's cups. This is someone who didn't get what they wanted. Things didn't turn out as expected. This is also someone who didn't expect maybe to feel the way they did too, and got a little overwhelmed and slammed on the brakes. But it's all about the Six of Wands in the end. Planning, preparing, hoping for the best, coming into this. You know, it has to do with someone who feels, well, this isn't going to go anywhere. But now it's interesting because now it's about hoping for the best. Yeah. One of these situations definitely isn't going to go anywhere. I feel for the feminine. If there's a masculine dealing with someone else, I feel the same. It's not going to go anywhere. King of Swords is wise. This is someone who knows. They have experience. They know when something won't go the distance. People make mistakes, though. But this is about being cold. This is someone who needs to make a decision. See, judgment. Someone made a bad decision. They regret making a decision, all based on unfounded fear, afraid to take a leap of faith. And it's more than likely because of the timing. Yeah, but it's about two people coming together. See, leveling up, going down this path. There is an assessment, as there always is when people put on the brakes. But this is about the Emperor coming in and taking control before two people come together. Because I feel they've learned something. And it is an energy of maybe knowing that someone's dragging their feet. Interesting energy, but it's all about looking forward, clearing the path, looking to see if it's safe. See, it's all about, I feel there's an energy of avoiding conflict. So for some reason, someone's trying to avoid conflict because of something that happened before, all based on unfounded fear. Now, often when you get that energy, if it's a person who's been in a relationship and they feel all beat up, this is often a person who, see, they've experienced this. This is someone who's seen this before. They're now seeing what they didn't see. This is a person who's likely dealt with maybe some abuse or If there's someone who stands up to them, because this is someone being a little more passive. And there's one thing I'll tell you about Aries. They can be very passive at times, but then eventually they'll often stand up for themselves. But this is someone who's likely had a little abuse or had somebody who didn't treat them right. Someone who was very domineering, very controlling. Yeah. But this is a person who's definitely independent. They're single. They take care of themselves. Yeah. So someone looks good. They take care of themselves, like I feel there. This is a person who's pretty strong. It looks to me like it's someone who's overcome a lot. And I do feel it's someone who's had a lot of a tough time in relationships. But I feel we have two people who share that. So interesting energy, seeing once the way someone behaves, right? Often you get people who've had a tough time in relationships. They try to avoid any kind of confrontation. So what's happened, because we have two people avoiding talking, even maybe at an event or with people around, it's about, often it's public confrontation. Interesting. See, there's an avoidance. But see, now things are calming down. We have something being learned here. And it's coming from this emperor who's wise. They've experienced this before. So it's a push through that maybe fear of being rejected, but it's all about looking at this, putting all the cups on the table. It's time for conversation. Nothing to fear here. Take care. Bye for now.